Welcome to another Figuring Out Japan video. We sell all the best Japanese figurines and collectibles straight out of Japan. You can find out more details about us in the description of this video, including our Facebook page and our eBay store, where you can buy these items, which are the Dramatic Showcase 5th season. So, for those of you who don't know, the Dramatic Showcase is basically sets of figures that depict a dramatic scene in the series. It started off with One Piece, and it's only been a One Piece series, although it is going to be extended to the Dragon Ball series we're going to have in April, I think. A Super Saiyan 2 Gohan with Super Saiyan Goku and Perfect Cell. And then later in June we're going to have the Ginyu Force. So really excited that they're extending this to the Dragon Ball series. But the One Piece series it started off with, and we've had some fantastic figures of this series. Season 1 was when the Straw Hats leave the Alabasta Kingdom. Series 2 was Series 2 was from Skypia. Series 3 was when they tried to get Robin back from NS Lobby, which is probably my favourite scene in all of One Piece. And then Series 4 was when Shanks gives Luffy his Straw Hat. And then this is Series 5. And then Series 6, which hasn't been released yet, is going to be Zoro and Mihawk. And then Series 7 is going to be Sanji with his boss's name, the chef with the big moustache. I forget his name now. It starts with Z. Zephyr? I forget. So that's going to be pretty cool. And I assume there's going to be more after that. But this is arguably the saddest scene in all of One Piece. If you haven't watched, or if this scene doesn't look familiar to you, you may not want to watch this video because I may accidentally give away the story. But of course you guys know what this scene is depicting. And it's obviously a very, very sad scene, a very emotional scene. And it's actually two separate figures, so you can see what the figures look like on the box. But we sell them as a set because, frankly, it would make absolutely no sense buying just one of these figures without the other. And they don't attach by pins. So, you know, as you can see there, they kind of look normal. They just kind of cuddle around each other. And the sculptors did a really good job of actually making that work because it actually looks like they are embracing each other, which they are. So they did a really good job of getting that and depicting that. So good job there to Banpresto. So each one comes in 4 different pieces. So you got the main body, and then you've got the 2 legs attach, and one of the arms on each one attaches. So you can see this arm you have to attach, and I think Luffy's right arm, yeah, it was his right arm had to attach. And they don't really fall out. You really sort of have to force them in, so they're not going to come out. And they actually do come on a stand. So if you look at the bottom, you'll see that they have the holes in there, but well, I'll just show you. So that's what the stands look like. So they're just a clear, like acrylic stand. But you don't need it actually. So if you didn't have them together, they do like Ace would. Luffy actually stands by himself. Ace actually falls forward because his center of gravity is forward. But when you put them together, there's just no need to have the stand. But I'll just sort of show you some of the closer details if we can get this in focus. And it's a bit hard to see, but he does actually have tread on his shoes. Yeah, it's very hard to see, isn't it? But he does actually have little lines going across those shoes. That ain't much better. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Anyway, and then you've got, you know, all the details there, his pocket, his belt. You can see all the sort of seaming on the pants. And I actually quite like the sort of scratches here, because sometimes it's a little bit too linear. Like they're kind of, it almost looks like a chessboard in some of the figures Banpresto have released. But here you've kind of got the scratches going. Yeah, so you kind of got it there. You can see it's just a little bit too systematic. But I guess that's how scratches happen, right? Like something hits you that way or it hits you that way. But I kind of prefer maybe this kind of thing. Again, they've gone with a sort of almost brown. They've done this with a lot of figures. I wish that they... I mean, I'm not one for sort of glorification of blood and guts and whatever, but, you know, it is meant to be blood. It is meant to be an open wound. So I don't know why they keep using this, you know, browny color for the blood. But anyway, and then you can see the tattoo, which actually looks almost blue. It's meant to be purple. So yeah, I would have liked to see that a little bit more purple. So if there's one thing I often critique Banpresto on, it is actually the colouring. The molds themselves are always great, and you can kind of see his face and the body there. Obviously a very sad scene. And then Luffy, you can see really nice detailing on the straw hat, and also with the shoes. Always like how they make the shoes really detailed, even on the bottom that you can't see. I just did a review of the King of Artists Ace, and the bottom of his shoes were really good. Not that I have a thing for, you know, bottom of shoes or anything, but it just impresses me when they go to that effort for things that you can't even really see. And I think they got that facial expression there of Luffy really good. Just he's kind of snapped, right? He just, like, it's just not registering what's happening in front of him. I really like as well how they didn't actually put the hole in Ace. I actually like that they didn't do that, because I don't know, maybe it's just a bit too gory. And it just would have looked funny just having this guy with a huge hole in him. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously he's supposed to, because he's on his deathbed basically, but I actually like that they didn't do that. So the height of these, I think they're about 115 millimeters. So they're not massive figures. So there's an iPhone 5 case, so they're a little bit shorter than that. But if you really like the Marineford story arc, or you just like collecting, you know, depicting the scenes in the series, this is obviously a very powerful scene that you could do. And you could get the admirals. There's a set of, I've also reviewed those, there's a set of the 4 admirals, the Sengoku with the 3 vice admirals, so you could have them in the background. There's also the Shichibukai, the 7 warlords set. In fact, they actually released 8, because Crocodile was obviously in the show, he was removed, but you can actually get a set of all 8 Shichibukai, and I have reviewed those. Yes, I have. So you could actually go and make a really cool Marineford story arc. There's a Whitebeard with Grave from the Grand Line. That's actually a Grand Line special, and I think I've reviewed that. I don't remember actually. So yeah, you could even get you know, Roger if you wanted, even though he's not in that scene. Maybe, I don't know, in the back, I don't know, but you could do a lot. And there's obviously the Shanks as well. So I just did a review of the Shanks MSP. So you could really make a very cool display. and this would be the centerpiece, because it's just such a powerful and emotional scene. And I think Banpresto did a very good job of sort of capturing that. So that is the dramatic showcase 5th season Ace and Luffy Banpresto figure. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.